This is Pete Coors. I'm in the paddock of the National Western Event Center here at the Stock Show with Ron Williams on the board, and we're honored to be able to interview a Director Emeritus, longtime involved in the Stock Show here in Denver, Dr. Marvin Beeman. Doc, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about your history with the Stock Show. You've been around a long time.
This is my 75th year to come to the Stock Show.
So, that was just a little before I was born, Doc. That's a long time.
It's been a pleasure every time I've had the opportunity to come.
In the horse world, you're a world-renowned veterinarian, and most of the time you've been out here, you've been taking care of horses.
That is true. I've had an official job with the horses here for 60 years.
And you're on the executive committee of the. Tell me your title. You got a lot of titles.
Well, I'm on the executive committee of the horse department. I'm chairman of the judges committee. I'm on 3 of the other committees also here at the Stock Show involving the horses.
Well, those of us on the board couldn't possibly do it without board members present and past that get that involved with everything that goes on here. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts about what we're doing here with the National Western Center.
Well, I think it's an extremely exciting thing. As I mentioned how long I've been here, I've seen us go from the horses being in a Quonset hut across the street here to what we've done now with the event center, and now to see what's down the road is really exciting. And it's amazing to me how the National Western has kept its mission to be a place for the livestock industry and to educate the public.
Well, I think our goal is to preserve and maintain and build on the legacy of our Western culture, and hopefully the new facilities will help us do that.
Well, I think it will, very much so, and I think it's extremely critical at this time in the world and to educate the people about the value of the livestock industry. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. I'm
just kind of curious, and maybe people would be curious, how many horses we have here at the Stock Show this year.
Well, I think it'll be, and I'm not sure about this number, but it's I think around 1,200.
Well, the new facilities will allow us to host the biggest horse shows in the country.
That's true.
And we're pretty excited to have the opportunity to have a facility that we can use more on a year-round basis.
Well, that's a very exciting thing, and it's extremely critical for the horse industry. That's the important part of it. We need to have a place like this to do that for the propagation of the industry.
Horses are getting better all the time, the breeding and the way they're taken care of.
Well, it's amazing. In my career as a veterinarian, the horse's life expectancy has extended almost 10 years from what it was in 1957.
Well, that's amazing. It's due to a lot of research and a lot of work by you and others that are so committed to the industry.
Well, thank you, and it's the education of the people that have the horses, and they're wonderful caretakers of the horses. They realize what they do, and the National Western is an ideal place to see all of the disciplines of what horses do and how well they're cared for and what they do.
I just want to say that without Marvin Beeman, the equestrian program at the National Western would not be anywhere close to what it is going to be. In fact, and we may not have one at all if we didn't have you. So it's amazing what you brought to this effort, and you got I know you got a lot of steam left in you, and you're ready to keep on working, and we appreciate that. And also, you might comment a little bit on what you do kind of with your spare time in terms of riding across Douglas County.
Thank you, Ron, for the kind words. My other life is I've been a huntsman of a pack of English foxhounds. In fact, I started working for my father doing that 75 years ago also, and I still do that on a regular basis.
That is real riding. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Doc, on behalf of the board and our campaign committee, we just can't thank you enough for the legacy you've brought along this far, and will continue to contribute to, and what you've done for the horse industry and for the National Western Stock Show.
Well, thank you very much, Pete. It's always been a pleasure, and whenever I was asked to do something for them, I would try to do it.
I think you went over the top. Thanks very much, Marvin. It's great being with you. Thanks, Doc.